Welcome to Recap King. In this video, we will explain Special ID. This movie tells the story of an undercover cop who becomes a part of an underworld organization to expose it. He realizes his identity is at risk, and he must battle all odds to bust the gang. Can he get out of the trap of the mafia? Let's find out in Special ID. Special ID begins when four gangster leaders are playing mahjong, where one of them is a Hong Kong undercover police officer named Dragon Chan. Chan is required to win the mahjong game because three of his men have caused trouble. In the end, he won the game and his three men were immediately released. Even so, the other gang leaders asked him to stay. One of them then challenges Chan to a one-on-one fight. Chan was forced to accept the challenge, and the two of them fought fiercely. Although quite overwhelmed, Chan was finally able to win the fight. Seeing that one of the gang leaders has been overthrown, the gangsters then work together to attack him. However, he managed to escape from the place by jumping through the window. Once outside, he meets with his superior in the police, Captain Cheung, and asks for his help in bringing his men who were being beaten by gangsters to the hospital. Chan and Captain Cheung then meet at a secret meeting place to discuss the mission to capture the gangsters that have failed. One time, Chan took his men to celebrate his mother's birthday. Even though he has long disguised himself as a gangster, he still shows great care and affection for his mother. Sometimes, he feels anxious for his mother's safety because his life as a gangster is quite dangerous. Therefore, he intends to stop the undercover mission and lead a normal life. But it is not as easy as imagined. He is very grateful that his mother always understands him and comforts him. The scene then switches and shows the atmosphere in the middle of the wilderness, where there is a man named Sonny and an assistant who wants to make a transaction with a gangster. However, Sonny killed the gangsters during the transaction and took away an important document. Because of the incident, a gang leader named Hung calls Chan and asks for his help to deal with Sonny. Hung asks Chan for help because Sonny is his former subordinate. After his meeting with Hung, Chan then went to Captain Cheung at their secret meeting place. This time Captain Cheung discusses the murder case committed by Sonny in the forest. Cheung then asks Chan to handle the murder case and in return, his incognito status will be immediately lifted and he can stop masquerading as a gangster once this last mission is complete. Because he received the same request from Hung and Captain Cheung to handle Sonny's case, he then agreed to carry out the mission. Chan is assisted by a policewoman named Fang Jing who is always stiff and strict with catching Sonny. Chan and Fang Jing devise a plan to capture Sonny, where Chan will have a meeting with Sonny at a restaurant, and Fang Jing will oversee the situation outside the restaurant. Not long after, Sonny and his men came to the restaurant. Sonny seemed happy to meet Chan and introduced him to his men as his partner. While they were having a casual conversation, Sonny shared his assumption that Hung had sent Chan to arrest him. Not long after, suddenly a mysterious man shot one of Sonny's men from a distance. Seeing this, Sonny immediately assumed that his assumption was correct, and that the shooting was part of Chan and Hung's plan to arrest him. Sonny then orders his henchmen to kill Chan. Despite being ganged up by Sonny's men, Chan could easily overpower them and escape from there. But as it turns out, Sonny has placed more of his men outside the building, leaving Chan under siege. When Chan was in a precarious position, Fang Jing immediately came to his aid with reinforcements. Sonny and all his men were eventually brought to the police station. At the police station, Sonny undergoes the investigation process in a separate room, where Fang Jing interrogates Sonny about the murder that took place in the forest. However, Sonny dodged and was later acquitted of all charges due to a lack of evidence to imprison him. The next day, Chan and Fang Jing get into a big fight because Chan thinks last night's shooting was the work of the police. Long story short, after the incident, Hung invited Chan and Sonny to come to his place and clear up the misunderstanding between them. Hung then tells that a mysterious man who killed one of Sonny's men was not an order from him or Chan. Upon further investigation, the man was Blade. Hung then told Chan where Blade was and told him to solve the problem. However, after Chan and Sonny left, it was revealed that Hung had deliberately conspired with Blade to pit Chan and Sonny against each other, killing them both. After learning of Blade's whereabouts, Chan then reported it to Fang Jing and asked her not to act rashly and make decisions because he had a feeling that all of this was a trap. However, Fang Jing paid no heed to Chan's words because she was too ambitious to immediately arrest Sonny and everyone related to him. On the other hand, Blade, who had anticipated the attack, immediately hid somewhere else. The man was already in a position to fire when Fang Jing and the police entered the building where he was hiding. Chan thought that it was just a trap from the start, then came there and warned Fang Jing and the police. Fang Jing and the others managed to survive, and just as Blade was about to escape, Chan immediately chased him into a warehouse, where they engaged in a fierce duel. Blade managed to lock Chan's movements and take him hostage when Fang Jing came in with a gun. However, Fang Jing turned out to be a sniper, so she could kill Blade, without injuring Chan who was being used as a shield by the man. That night, Fang Jing looked very frustrated after the blade shooting incident, which was the first time she had killed someone. Chan then approached her and tried to calm her down by saying that she had done the right thing by killing Blade, because if Blade was kept alive, more innocent lives would have died because of him. Chan then advised her to continue fighting for justice and make the shooting incident a life experience as a police officer. The next day, Chan persuades Sunny to team up with him to beat Hung, as he is proven to have deliberately set the two of them apart. Sunny then shows him the important documents he stole from Hung, and he plans to demand a huge ransom from Hung for the important documents. Sunny then asked Chan to pick up the documents tomorrow. Chan went back to Sunny's house the next day, but couldn't find him. He even found a video recording showing the confession of his men who were in the hospital. In the video, his subordinates admit that they overheard a conversation between Chan and Captain Shun that revealed Chan's real identity, which is a Hong Kong police officer. Even so, Chan manages to get hold of Hung's important documents and immediately hand them over to the police. After his cover had been exposed, Fang Jing then asked Chan to withdraw from the case and advised him to go as far as possible and hide. On the other hand, Captain Cheung and his men immediately went to Hung and arrested him after getting important evidence from Chan. Because his disguise has been exposed, Chan realizes that his mother's safety is now in danger. He immediately ran as fast as lightning to his house to save his mother. On the other hand, Sunny, who was furious that Chan had tricked him all along because he was a police officer pretending to be a gangster, was already at Chan's house and tortured his mother. Arriving at the house, Chan saw his mother was lying weak and helpless. He rushed to take his mother to the hospital to get medical attention as soon as possible to save her life. After confirming that his mother's condition has stabilized, Chan decides to take revenge on Sunny. Chan then came to Sunny in a parking area, but Sunny could still escape by driving a car, and a chase between them was inevitable. Fang Jing, who knew about this, then followed Sunny and tried to get into the man's car. After successfully getting into Sunny's car, Fang Jing tried to launch an attack, even though it was a struggle because they were fighting in a moving car. However, because Sunny was much stronger than Fang Jing, he finally knocked Fang Jing out of the car. The chase between Chan and Sunny continued until they finally arrived at an unfinished flyover section. Unable to control the steering wheel, Sunny's car was thrown from a height. Even so, he managed to survive. When Chan got out of the car to check things out, Sunny attacked him and they fought fiercely. After fighting for a long time, Chan finally defeated Sunny, just as Fang Jing and the police came to arrest him. The film ends by showing Chan, who has removed all the tattoos on his body and regained his license as a police officer. Now, he can return to being a police officer without disguising himself and living peacefully with his mother. The film ends.